welcome here. I'm Lauren and this is Purpose Kitchen. Today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. You can find the recipe right here. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do before we start cooking is preheat our oven so it's ready to go when we start. So just 400 Fahrenheit. And then let that be. Alright, so now that we've rinsed our lentils, we're going to combine it in the pan with vegetable broth to cook it for about 15 minutes. So we're just going to throw them in and then add our 2 cups of vegetable broth right into the pan and then just give it a stir. And then you're just going to cover it and let it cook for 15 minutes. Our special ingredient this week is lentils. The reason why we chose lentils this week is because it's super high in protein and fiber, which keeps things moving and grooving. Okay, so now our water is boiling, so we're gonna add our potatoes to make our mashed potatoes just into the boiling water, and just keep an eye on them. Alright, so once your onions are good to go, you're going to add your 1 cup of chopped mushrooms, your 2 celery stalks, and your frozen carrots and frozen peas right into the pan. And we're going to let that all cook. It should be about 7 minutes. So I'm just going to check on our potatoes. I'm just grabbing a fork and I'm just going to try to poke a hole through. If it goes right through really easily, your potatoes are ready, but ours aren't yet. So we'll wait a couple more minutes and we'll check back on them. Okay. So our vegetables are cooked, so we're gonna add it to our lentil mix because our lentils have now absorbed most of the vegetable broth. So we're just gonna add that right into the pan with your lentils and then give that a stir. So next, we're going to add our 3 tablespoons of white wine, our 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and our 3 tablespoons of, this is tomato paste, and then some salt and pepper. So next we're just gonna add, obviously fresh parsley is your best bet, but I don't have any, so I'm just using dried parsley, about 2 tablespoons, just throw that in there. And then just to thicken it up a bit, I'm just putting a teaspoon of cornstarch. And adding the cornstarch will just thicken up your sauce. Right, so we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of dairy-free butter, as well as a bit of almond milk to your mashed potatoes, just to make it a little more creamy. We will mash these up. To add more flavor, you can add a teaspoon of garlic powder and a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast will add a little bit of a cheesy flavor to your mashed potatoes if you're into that. Okay, so we're gonna put our lentil mixture into our pan here. And now we're gonna add our mashed potatoes on top of the lentil mixture. Alright, this is my favorite part of the entire video. I'm gonna call my cutie patootie boyfriend in to try this with me. Is it boyfriend approved?
It's boyfriend approved.
Boyfriend approved. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you try this recipe, make sure to let us know and have a great rest of your week.